Hi Sagittarius. So we're going to do a 4-layered spread using 2 tarot decks. Okay, the Queen of Swords wants out, so we're going to let her out. I have 2 tarot decks and 2 oracle decks that we're going to use to try to capture as much of your energy as we can. So we have Strength, Judgment, the Empress, and the Knight of Wands. 3 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, and the 7 of Pentacles. Underneath this deck is the 7 of Swords. Then we're going to get 6 of these Alice cards for our second layer. So we have Falling, Messages for a Rabbit, Law is Not Justice, I Wonder What Will Happen Next, Choices, Uncertainty. Under this deck is the Right Way. Then we're going to get 6 of these tarot cards. We have Knight of Wands again, the Hermit, 7 of Cups, the Hierophant, Queen of Wands, the Lovers. Under this deck is Strength again. And then we're going to get 2 of these big picture oracle cards. We have the Medal, so we're going to take that. And Cupid. So Sagittarius, this is feeling to me to be a love reading. So we're going to read it that way until I get some signs to do something else. But I do feel like this is coming through as a love reading for you. It feels like someone is avoiding something. And if you're avoiding something, whether this is you or your person, and we'll get to that, but it feels like you can't create what you want in a relationship if you're avoiding something. Relationships take a lot of courage. And with this Garden card underneath this deck, there may be people or situations getting in the way. The Garden card can be work. It can be friendships. It can be a number of things. It can even be family sometimes. But I feel like someone is using an excuse of something else to avoid the hard things in the relationship. So if we look at the energy that exists between the two of you, I'm seeing the 2 of Pentacles, Choices, Queen of Wands, and Cupid. So I feel that there's passion that exists between the two of you, romance, but I am seeing an uncertainty and a wavering on both of your parts, that maybe you both are feeling like you're not sure what you want to do. We have choices. So you could be feeling blocked at this point, but you both are feeling uncertain. I don't see either of you feeling confident about this relationship, even though there is passion and there is probably romance here. I'm guessing there's chemistry between the two of you, but I don't feel like either one of you feels like this is super stable at this time. But I do get the sense that you guys both want this and you both want to receive this, but you're trying to figure out the right way to do it. And also one or both of you, I feel like you have to overcome some kind of fear and get some courage when it comes to this relationship. So in your person's feelings, we have the 3 of Pentacles, and I wonder what will happen next. So your person feels like they still would like to work towards this. Like I said, I get the sense that at least your person wants this. We'll get to your feelings too, but there is a optimistic feeling coming off of this reading in that there's a desire to be together, but for whatever reason, something is blocked and it feels like it's fear that's doing that. But your person really wants to make this work with you. I think they feel like maybe whatever was out of control or not working, they really would like to revisit that and try to build again. Um, and I wonder what will happen next is telling me that they're ready for change, but yet there's a pause in the action. That's for sure. Definitely getting a pause in the action with, I wonder what will happen next, but let's look at their actions. So their actions are the Queen of Wands again and the Hierophant. So this is saying that they want to ground this energy. They want to overcome their fears. I'm getting the sense more and more that they are the ones who may have had some fear when it came to approaching this situation, or whatever this was that went on between the two of you. But the Hierophant and the Queen of Wands is saying that they are taking confident action towards you. There's a sense of loyalty coming from this combination too, because the Queen of Wands can be very loyal, and so is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is very steadfast. It's that Taurus energy, that immovability of Taurus. And so your person definitely believes in this, and they're taking action, confident action. We had the Strength show up here, which means in the past, perhaps they didn't feel the courage, but I feel like they're getting the courage now. So in your feelings, you have the Seven of Pentacles and uncertainty. And this is that same feeling I was getting from this central energy here, that you both feel kind of stuck. You both feel like you're not sure about this, but I feel you are more unsure than your person is. So it could be that your person's lack of confidence in the past is what left you feeling like, I'm not so sure I want this person. They're not confident. They're not stable. They are blocked. They're stuck in some way. And it doesn't feel stable. And so I get the sense that that's why you are now feeling like you're not sure anymore. Even though your person feels like they want to work on this, that's very clear that they want to work on this. I'm not sure that even if they were to come to you, which it looks like they are, it seems like you might already be changing your mind. Like it may have taken too long with the Seven of Pentacles. So your actions are the Two of Swords and the Lovers. These are both cards of making a decision. And so is choices. So is the Two of Pentacles. So even is the Seven of Pentacles, uncertainty. Everything that you are telling me, everything that the cards are telling me is that you are not sure anymore. If you once were certain that this is your person, you are not so sure anymore. You don't know. You feel pretty stuck in this energy. But as always, as I always like to say, you can always trust that you will get through these things because you'll be led in the right direction. So whenever I see this many choices, I see them here, here, and here in your energy, you will be led. Just trust your intuition and you will be led there. But I do see that whatever problems, avoidance this person had because based on fear or other people, not doing things the right way, it looks to me like they want to rebuild this with you. So in their intentions, they have the Queen of Swords and falling. So this may be why you are still unsure, because I get the sense that whatever they were avoiding, this Queen of Swords is not going to be much better in your energy, that you want something more lighthearted, more emotional, more sure, more stable. And the Queen of Swords has a lot of good qualities, but it's not the best quality to bring to a love relationship. So it almost feels to me like this person with falling and the Queen of Swords, that you don't feel like they support you. It doesn't feel like you're like-minded with them. You don't feel supported. You don't feel secure. It feels like they're coming in with more of a sense of intelligence than a sense of authenticity or sincerity or overcoming fears or coming at you the right way. They're coming at you with Wands energy and Pentacles energy, but no cups. And that may be why you are saying, I'm just not so sure that this is what I want. In your intentions, you have the Knight of Wands and law is not justice. So you know already that if this doesn't become balanced and fair in the way that you want this to be, you already know that you're out of there with the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands doesn't sit still for long. And so I really do feel like that you could just decide that this is not working because it's not balanced and you're not getting what you want from this person. And they see you correctly. They see you as strength and the Knight of Wands. They see you as having all of this willpower. You are overcoming your fears, and they see you as a flight risk. They see you as the Knight of Wands. So I think that they are reading the room. I think they know that you're probably on your way out and that there's only so much of this that you're going to put up with, that you're not going to fight against this, in other words. We started with the Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So you're not going to fight against a Seven of Swords energy. You're just going to go with the flow and move on with your life. And they see that about you, which may be why they're trying to come towards you with this Queen of Wands and Hierophant. They're coming towards you in this really fast manner with what they think you want, or what maybe perhaps they think you want to hear, but I still don't see any cups. So you see them as the Empress and the Seven of Cups. So you see them as having all of this potential, because the Empress is all about potential and growth and putting things, creating things, and putting all of your efforts into something. So you know that the potential is there, but yet this Seven of Cups keeps them confused. So this is a very unstable energy that you're dealing with. And this is very clear, which is why you don't feel stable. And so even though the potential is there, it doesn't really matter what one's potential is if you're not actually taking steps towards that. The Seven of Cups is just going to keep someone in a dreamland, or they have visions or fantasies of what that might be. But it doesn't really make a difference if you're not getting what you want. Again, I don't see any cups. So let's look at the energy that holds the two of you together. So you have Judgment, Messages for a Rabbit, the Hermit, and the Medal. So the Judgment, again, is more decisions. I think that because neither one of you is really feeling very confident or certain, it also is the reason why neither one of you has left. Your person doesn't want to leave, but your person also wants to come in a way that might feel like a shortcut to you. And so I think that with Judgment and the Hermit, I get the sense that you stay together in one sense energetically, or maybe even physically if you live together or you spend a lot of time together. But yet there's a lot of separation between the two of you too. There may be periods of time where you don't talk or you don't really connect. And so I feel like with Messages for a Rabbit, there may be things, the assets that you share in common. You might have pets in common or children in common. And with the Medal card, I feel like you recognize each other's value, but yet, which is why your person does not want to let go of you. That is very clear, because I feel like you're the one who nurtures this thing, and you're the one who is the generative one and the generous one and the emotional one. But you see that your person showed up as the Empress here, so you know their potential to meet you where you are, but they're not doing it. And so I don't think that that's going to be enough for you. And I do see that your intentions are to exit stage left with Law is Not Justice and the Knight of Wands. So of course you will make your own decisions when it comes to this relationship, but I see that this person is still taking shortcuts. They're not overcoming whatever their fears are, but they also don't want to lose you. It's like they want both. They want to not do the work, not confront their fears, not do the shadow work, but they also want to keep you. But if your relationship doesn't have any emotion or love, real genuine love in it, and if you're just energetically separated so much, then you don't see the point. And that's why you're not sure and you're really getting ready to leave. At least that's what the cards are telling me. So there you go, Sagittarius. That is your love reading. Will you please let me know how this was resonant for you? Consider subscribing to the channel if you like my vibe, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.